I used to look at my nephew and niece, now they're entering into their teenage life. They cannot distinguish between failure and success. I remember some incidences with me where my nephew and my niece, they looked up at me and they said, "Uncle, why do people get upset? Why do they get upset when they're not able to do something?" I looked at them and I said, "It's because they feel failure." So they look at me and they say, "Failure?" And this was when they were young. They were not conditioned or programmed into thinking about failure. And they said, "What does that mean?" And that's why I started looking at this. Can we really celebrate failure? The truth is, everyone in this room, everyone across the globe, doesn't matter who it is always, everyone is looking for success. Let's take an extreme example. Serial killer. He or she would be looking for their success in what they're doing. Let's take another example where you've got someone who's doing charitable work. They want success in that so they can assist and help people. And when it comes to business, we are looking for success in terms of ROI, return on investment. Now, return on investment is usually looked at as that figure which you get. But many people forget return on investment is also the sweat and the blood that you've put into the business. So it's just not a number, it's quite a lot of things, this return of investment. And when we're not able to get our success, we go into certain modes. And those modes we may not show to other people, but this tends to be your regret, your resentment, or the rejections you've had. So when you have these rejections, these resentments, these regrets, you go down the vicious circle of feeling like a bigger failure. We get attached to it so much. Now, 2004 was a very important year for me. That was the year I thought I was the biggest failure, and it was my biggest failure which had happened during that year. Because I managed to destroy the most precious relationship to me. It was through my sabotaging thoughts, my actions, and my feelings. Resentment, regret, rejection, all of that. And I didn't know what to do. A miracle happened for me. I came across the book, The Art of Happiness. Now, the miracle happened because I was in a bookstore. I don't know why I was in the bookstore, but I just entered in a bookstore and I came across this book. And when you read the book, the first thing that it says in that book is everyone is seeking happiness in one way or the other. And in order to seek that happiness, you need to have that sweetest emotion in you, which you can give yourself and you can give to another person, and that is love. It's the sweetest emotion existing. But in order to get that love, you need to come into a state of compassion. Until you're not into that state of compassion, getting that sweetest emotion of love is extremely tough, and seeking happiness is even tougher. And this is what makes you start seeing, hey, I'm not really a failure. This is a learning for me. But you need to start with compassion. Now, I talk about compassion for a simple reason.